Harrison. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you here right now to announce that we have officially come to the end of a successful and very enlightening 3-day AfIELN conference. My happiness emanates from my pride and my gratitude for what we've been able to achieve in these short yet extremely enriching days. As with all previous AfIELN conferences, this one too has provided an engaging platform for the presentation of innovative ideas that have been related to this year's theme, which was a critical appraisal of the status and implementation of the AfCFTA agreement and its protocols. As we explained, the theme was inspired by a combination of factors. Firstly, by the African Union's call last year for collective action towards the achievement of the acceleration of the implementation of the AfCFTA legal framework. And secondly, Article 28 of the AfCFTA agreement, which addresses the review and amendment of the agreement and states that it shall be subject to review every 5 years after entry into force. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the AfCFTA agreement, having entered into force on the 30th of May 2019, makes this year, 2024, 5 years after this momentous milestone. Therefore, the Conference Planning Committee thought it to be apposite to use this bridge conference to consider the current status of the agreement and its protocols, and to apply our minds to addressing the question of how can we as African scholars and practitioners of African international economic law contribute towards the realization of the implementation of this legal framework. Over the past 3 days, we have had discourse on some of the implementation challenges, including, amongst others, the underdeveloped domestic legal frameworks that do not support the conduct of seamless trade across borders, the lack of policy coherence at both the national and regional levels, infrastructure deficits in, for example, transport and energy and ICT, which threaten connectivity and the building of competitiveness, both of which are imperative for integration, the marginalization of key stakeholders, and finally, capacity constraints. We have agreed that building the capacities of public, private, and academic actors is an essential ingredient in ensuring that all stakeholders are enabled in their own unique ways to contribute to the integration project. Our sessions have illuminated groundbreaking research in support of policy recommendations for addressing these vexing issues. We take away with us new perspectives on these obstacles, and most importantly, on how to leverage the opportunities in the midst of these. It is through these kinds of engagements that this network can position itself as an intellectual hub for international economic law on the continent, and as a voice on how to turn the vision of the AfCFTA into reality. Now, as we prepare to depart from this conference, let us take with us the insights that we have gained, the connections that we have made, and the renewed commitment to the goal of creating an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa. Most, if not all, of our respective African languages have proverbs to the effect that bundled sticks are unbreakable. These describe that the implementation of the AfCFTA and its protocols will require the concerted efforts of all stakeholders to assure its success. On behalf of the Executive Committee, our Madam President, Dr. Titi Adebola, Secretary, Dr. Susie Oyakire, and our Editor-in-Chief, Dr. Harrison Mbori, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Conference Planning Committee that was ably chaired by Dr. Regis Simo for the tireless efforts that they made in ensuring that this event came to a reality. We thank Dr. Ashimizwa Fademe, Olivia Costa, Amani Imhinda, Ezekiel Kareri, Baraket Thomas, Kevin Kipchichir, Kayode Oludi, Joseph Ajimoken, and Babalo Obete. To have pulled this off after having done the same only a few short months ago in Accra has been nothing short of a miracle, and it has shown what a combination of passion, industriousness, teamwork, Zoom, and loads of coffee can achieve. To our partners, the Open Society Foundations, Afronomicslaw.org, and the African Sovereign Debt Justice Network, we are honored to have once again had a successful collaboration with you. Thank you for your support of the plenaries and of participant attendance and social events, which are a vital part of our conferences, as they allow us to build not only a network, but also a community. Professor Gatti, who unfortunately had to travel, Professor Nawani, Dr. Omionu, and Professor Akinkube, who could not join us this time, we thank you. And Dean Bridget Baldwin and Dr. Luam Dirar from the Western New England University for the prize that you have awarded to the best emerging scholars. We thank you. To our co-host, the Tanzania Trade and Investment Coalition, we could not have wished for a better ally in our quest to deliver on this conference. From the beginning to the end, you have stood with us in the planning and in the execution. This would not have been possible without you. Special mention must be made of Olivia Costa. Thank you for your tireless efforts, all delivered with the warmest Karibu smile. We first came to know about Tanzanian hospitality through you. Please be assured that you have a friend in all of our respective countries. And finally to you, dear participants who are the object of this entire endeavor, from the very established professors who continue to keep their eyes on us and keep motivating us to reach greater heights, the trade practitioners and policymakers who have joined us, and the vibrant young scholars who have challenged us with their novel thoughts and creative ideas for their execution. All of your unique perspectives have enriched our discourse and advanced our collective understanding of what is possible in this incredibly stimulating era that we are privileged to be a part of. I thank you each heartily for your active participation and valuable contributions. Together we are making history, forging a path towards a brighter future for Africa. Now, as we've been safely nestled in this cocoon and these beautiful surroundings, we know that there have been disturbing developments that were caused by the global IT outage of the Microsoft systems. These occurrences remind us that external shocks will always come and that we must continually maintain awareness of both internal and external pressure points that can affect our activities that are related to our integration aspirations. Despite all of these, I wish you all safe and unimpeded travels back to your respective destinations. Happy reunions with your loved ones. And I pray that the stimulation that you gathered here will continue to fuel you as you resume your research, your teaching, and other exploits. If this has been your first conference with us, welcome to the network. You are now part and parcel of us, and we look forward to seeing you again. And with these words, I declare the closure of the 6th AfIELN Bridge Conference. Thank you.